y'all.
He found it. I learned yesterday that was 4, 3, 2. You can't hear.
It wasn't plugged in. You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's a kinship, it's a friendship, it's a relationship, and all that means is what a Brunch Bunch ship. You know what time it is. It is my favorite day of the week. And in order to know where you're going, you must know where you come from. It's your main man, Action Jackson. And I'm proudly posted next to.
It's your girl.
Ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Where you come from?
I come from the great west side of Chicago.
That's not where you come from.
I come from above.
That's right. Yo, we got a great show for you today. You know what? I am so excited about just what the possibilities are in this new year. So tomorrow, no, today's the 18th, the 17th, right?
Today is
So
the 16th.
16th. Oh,
Yep.
shoot.
Tomorrow's the
17, 18,
17th.
19, 20. 4 days from now is when usually your New Year's resolutions are no more. So I'm going to, yeah, statistics show that if you make a New Year's resolution on the 1st, that by the 20th of January, you have disregarded that New Year's resolution, and by 3 days.
Well, most people are going to have to do new resolutions because by the 20th, we'll have a new president, too. So
Yeah.
what you thought you may be doing, you may not be doing.
That part right
Well,
there.
listen, I know what we're going to be doing. I said it last Sunday at church. I don't care who's in the White House. I care about who's sitting on the throne.
There you
He
go.
sits high and he looks low, and the heart of the king is in the master's hand.
Come
So
on, you better preach, Brother
no matter
Marcel.
what king, no matter what political leader, God is still on the throne, and we will thrive in Jesus' name. Listen, we got a great show for you today. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share, and plus I got to say something to Tammy behind the scenes. So follow us on Facebook. We'll be right back. First of all, our mics work. Justice. Right.
Wait a minute. I was wondering why I didn't get no feedback from that.
Justice forgot to plug it in yesterday. That's what I'm like, wait, it ain't in there. As soon as you said it, I looked, I'm like, Justice. No,
What's
it's a
happening Monday?
holiday. It's King Day.
King, celebrate. King, celebrate.
Adam, nobody's celebrating inauguration, okay? Um, we can bring her in.
Another?
No, this one I know.
Okay.
This is who did the amazing balloon decorations for Breakfast with Santa. Did you see the
Really?
pictures?
Yes.
She snapped. I'm talking snap.
She sure did snap.
And she came back to the Christmas party that night and signed the gospel song, Be Grateful. The singer I had singing started singing and she said, can I go sign it? And got up there and it was,
Sign language?
yes.
Mm.
Oh, it took, people like, man, you got signers at your party? I'm like, you've been real comfy.
I know. Where was she signing at?
You can't see.
Oh. I thought she was singing.
No, she's sitting down singing.
Oh, wow.
All right, Discerning Decor and Events is tuned in from Florida, Central Florida, to support our next guest. Welcome, welcome.
Beautiful. How'd you find her? Oh, you already did business with her.
No, she found me on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on
Hello.
in. Oh, hey.
Do me a favor, just move that over
I
just a
was
little
just
bit.
showing them your video.
Thank
You
you.
sign and be grateful.
Okay, perfect. That's perfect.
How you doing, man? Good to see you again. Hello, hello, Mr.
Hey,
King,
Cancer
Mrs. King.
June.
Uh-oh,
What's up,
here we
Leah?
go.
Hi, Modi.
You
King.
got those two seats, and then husband. You could do what's going on because we may have
Yeah.
time for. Yeah.
No, no, no.
You want to do it? In
Go bring the guest in.
Right.
And then
I'm gonna just
what's
drop the
going
what's
on.
going on.
Okay,
for.
gotcha.
Oh, about your business.
Would you like to read over the question?
Yep. Those new commercials in there. Oh,
I didn't hear the.
I didn't hear
What
the
kind?
new one yet.
Oh, microphone. I didn't hear that.
Justice. Can they take pictures?
Ooh. The new one that Marcel had. I saw they were all published.
40 seconds.
No, I'm talking about yours. What yours?
I heard it today, but I don't know if I heard the.
Oh,
I heard it yesterday. Didn't I hear it yesterday?
yeah. We want to know about today.
All right. Uh-huh.
With the
Let me tell y'all right now, that's a lot of questions that I might not have
We may
answers
not
to.
get through all of them. We always
Okay.
over prepare.
Gotcha. If y'all ask me about what inspired something, I might go on a rant. So just give me like a hand signal. We gonna cut the music.
Oh,
So I can wrap it up.
we got you.
respectfully
All right, we got 10 seconds.
segue you into something else.
Testing. Check. I'm good. Yes.
We don't just cover
Excellent.
imperfections, we reveal the beauty in you.
Where's the action, Jackson?
I'll tell you what's going on.
So So what's what's going going on on is is this this past past December, December, as as we we do do each each and and every every December, December, we we hosted hosted our our annual annual breakfast breakfast with with Santa, Santa, where we had hundreds and hundreds of community young people come out. But it was the most magical event we have done thus far. The stage was upgraded, but then I was reached out to by a young lady doing amazing things who said, "Hey, we would like to be a sponsor and we would like to elevate your event with our balloon design services." And I said, "I would love to have you." But when I walked in the room, sometimes people say, "Hey, I'm gonna donate something," and they give you one or two things, and you're grateful whatever God blesses you with. But she didn't come with one or two balloons.
Mm-mm.
She didn't come with 100 balloons. She probably came with over 2,000
Oh, she brought the
balloons.
balloons.
And when we walked through the hallways and into the gym room, I was just, I wanted to just cry out to God with gratefulness because she made the care center look like a winter wonderland. And that's our next guest. That's none other than Brittany Pulliam, a West Side, woo woo, Chicago native, proud wife, and U of I Urbana-Champaign graduate. She's the founder of Her Story Balloons. Brittany has turned her passion for celebration decor into a ministry of joy, creating meaningful art that highlights the significance of people, places, and moments. From her faith filled journey to discovering her gift, Brittany is here to inspire us all with her story and her mission to make life's milestones unforgettable. Let's give a warm brunch welcome to
Thank you so
Brittany.
much.
Thank
This
you.
is incredible. I
Thank
love
you.
Her Story Balloons.
Thank
Where did
you.
you get the name from?
Okay, so shamelessly, the name actually came from my personal Instagram. So
Mm.
when I
Oh,
got on
okay.
Instagram originally, I always had this thing about storytelling, and Instagram for me it was just, whatever happened in my life, that's what I was going to share. So it was her story teller. And so when it got to
Mm.
balloons, it was like her story as it relates to balloons.
So everything is her story. So
Everything is her
what's your
story.
story, Brittany?
So my story is so especially when it comes to balloons, it all started when I was Lord knows how young. But coming from the West Side, not necessarily the biggest income family. And there's 8 of us.
Oh,
I'm the
Mm.
nice.
firstborn, there's 8 of us. And I'm very grateful to God. We got both parents in
Yay.
the home. But not everybody had a big birthday party because you got 8 kids. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I definitely wanted my siblings to feel special on their birthday. So we got this little thing we would do where we would wait up till midnight. So, everybody got kind of like a New Year's Eve sort of thing. And while we were waiting for midnight, we would decorate the house
Mm.
with mom's scarf, with the toys, and put them on shelves and whatever we could find around the house, like not spending any money, but something to like make their birthday feel special. And I knew that I was doing that when one year my second youngest brother, his birthday came around, and my mom told him it was his birthday. And he was like, "No, it's not." She's like, "What do you mean it's not your birthday?" He's like, "Brittany didn't make it." So
Oh.
I had to run and pull some stuff together. I made him a crown and put a cape on him, and then it was his birthday. But
Okay.
it definitely made my siblings feel special.
Wow, what
That's
a
an
great
amazing
story,
story. That
right?
is. Listen, you can't be forgetting the birthdays, Brittany. You
You
know,
can't.
you can't
You
start
can't.
it. And no, but that is a very inspiring story. A shout out to your parents
Yes.
who are not they weren't they're in the home, but they're in the studio with us too, supporting you
Yes.
like great parents do. So, Brittany,
Mhm.
how did your faith play a role in launching your business?
All right. So this is how faith played in. Um, so a lot of my family have actually been in entrepreneurship, little here, little there, a lot with my grandfather. He actually built a very successful company, and his business partner robbed him blind.
Mm.
My parents have been involved with business, so I didn't realize it, but I've been growing up around entrepreneurship mindset like all my life. And when I got introduced to balloons, I just immediately felt like this was my thing from God, because there was maybe 3 months time between me being introduced and me deciding I wanted to start a business, and me actually putting in like $1,000 worth of investment into learning the decor, into CRMs and websites, like just went all in, right? And when I stepped away from my job in March, one of the very first sermons that I heard, the title was Walk on Water. And
Mm.
what I loved about the sermon was they talked about how there are multiple miracles in the story of Peter getting out of the boat, but that the greatest miracle of all was that at the end of it, the disciples didn't call Jesus teacher, they called him Lord. They recognized that he was God at the end of that. So for me, this whole journey is about experiencing God in a new way, experiencing him in entrepreneurship and in business and in serving people.
I love that.
Wow.
And that was my daily devotion this morning.
Was
It
it?
was Peter and the passage in Ephesians, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it talked
Yeah.
about walking on water and having that faith. And I'm so glad
Mm,
that you
mhm.
followed your faith and followed God.
And you have a heart for this. It's not just a business, it's a passion. And how on earth did you find Brother Marcel and decide I'm going to go and bless them with this like ceiling full of balloons? Because like I've been to a lot of them. I wasn't there last year. I mean, this past year, only because I was out of town. But when I saw it, I was like, balloons, flowers, all of that makes you happy. What
Yeah.
connected you to Marcel?
A quick search on the internet.
So it was just random.
It wasn't totally random. So the main idea that I have for what I'm doing with balloons is to just make people realize and remember the significance of people, places, and things. So when I got involved in the industry, I saw what everybody else was doing, and something that I did not see people doing was incorporating photographs into their balloon decor. And so for me, it's been really important to find a way to put pictures into the decorations. And just in kind of thinking about and doing a little research, like who can use this, non-for-profits and community serving organizations can use this, especially in fundraising efforts to showcase what they've been doing and the lives that have been touched. So I did my research, and in building out my list, it was who are the nonprofit organizations in Chicago who are serving young people, who are serving the lesser served, kind of like me and my siblings who need birthdays and to feel special. And Breakfast with Santa was just the perfect one. Got all these little kids who maybe have never stepped into a room where there were balloons from the ceiling and down the hallway. Like, what better way to serve the community than to really give back?
Now I know how you connected with Marcel. Now, how do other people connect with you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at herstory_balloons, and on Facebook, facebook.com/herstoryballoons, and on my website, herstoryballoons.com.
Now, I do want to point out to the believers that are listening, and as the businessman that I am, and I hone in on this with
You're
entrepreneurs.
her manager.
You, well, I am now your manager. I don't know if her husband gonna let me be the manager, but
Y'all can work together.
okay, usually I am trying to scoop up talent.
I already know.
No, but I just want to point out the importance of, because I didn't even realize it was like that. I originally, it was a lot going on during Christmas. I thought
Hmm.
it was like a social media thing, but the importance of being searchable, to
Hmm.
have your business in
Yes.
order and document the great work that you're doing, because you never know who's out looking
Yeah.
to bless you and the efforts that you are doing. So that's an amazing testimony to that. But Brittany, our gym ceilings I don't know if you measure them. How high? Because she kept asking, how high the ceiling? I'm like,
He
high.
was like, I don't know.
I don't
Come on,
know.
high.
Ask somebody else. Yeah.
And I'm like, why is she asking me about these ceilings? She been to climb up the wall and put balloons up here. So I wasn't expecting. But when I came in, first of all, her and her team, and shout out to her siblings
Shout out to my siblings.
who helped.
Making birthdays paid off because
Yeah.
I'm a good 5'4" on a good day, and all of my brothers are like right there at 6'1", 6'2", 6'3",
Wow.
which was necessary because the ceilings are 18 feet.
Just so you know.
So I
Just
know
so
I'm
you
gonna
know.
I'm gonna make
Next
note for
when
next
I
year.
ask
For
next
next
year.
year, but yeah. But that was it was so amazing. She's so professional. She had all type of technology and stuff I had never seen to put stuff in order. And I must give it to her. You know, we hear more people talking the negativity about small black businesses and how they're not running well or customer service isn't great. But we really got to highlight when people are doing great. And
Yes.
Brittany does phenomenal business. I was called, I'm like, well, Brittany, I need to do this because maybe we can do that. And she was like, yeah, no, we got to stick to what was in that agreement. And,
Yeah.
maybe next year we can do a little different. I'm like, I can't get mad at her because you know what? That is business. So if you're church, nonprofit, business owner, daycare center, you're having an event, a celebration, you definitely want to work with Her Story Balloons because it was, you could tell the passion in it. First of all, I was getting sick of balloons
Because you was
as I
there
was
every night
watching
we was
her
there.
blowing them up every day. Because we were doing work and I'm watching her and I'm like, I'm tired of balloons already. How do you do this? But she was just so passionate in her work.
Well,
And
when that's your passion, it's not work. It's just part of what you're doing for
Mhm.
fun. You just happen to make money off of it, right?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of
A
both.
little bit of both for
so,
sure.
have you seen God's hand at work in your business journey so far?
Especially with Breakfast with Santa, because when I went back, I looked at it. I initially reached out maybe a month before I actually got to talk to you.
Yep.
Um,
Well, then you're doing good. You're doing real good.
You know what?
like there was that. There was a there's an international training literally the week before I left my job that I got to attend for free because a new balloon manufacturer had a giveaway on Instagram, and I was like, let me just put some names in there, and they contacted me through my website. Like I wasn't even paying attention. They're
Wow.
like, you won. I
Wow.
got there and I won an event. And then there was another training I wanted to go to. It would have cost me, and I put it before the Lord. I wrote out the whole itinerary and the cost of everything. It
Mm,
came out to $6,045 and some change. I said, Lord, this is how much money I need, or you can cut it in half to my faith number at the time.
mm.
When it was all said and done, I think I paid about half of my faith number,
Wow.
which was half of the $6,000 to get there. And
Wow.
not only that, but they're not going to do the event again this year.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So I'm seeing the hand of God, which is why I tell people like balloons is my thing from God.
Yes.
It's my thing. I see his hand, I see his work, I see even especially what he's doing in me as a person. Entrepreneurship will stretch you if you're serious about it. You got to be willing to break and rebuild according to the word of God. And I've had to do
Lean
that.
and bend.
I had to really lean in and be
That's
like,
right.
okay, Jesus, whoo, got to change that one. And he's been doing that, and I appreciate it so much.
And you've been blessing so many people. First of all, thank you on behalf of all the people you've blessed and all the
Yes.
ones that you will bless.
Thank you
But
for
I
that.
just want to know, outside of Breakfast with Santa, what are some of the like memorable stories that stuck with you so far that
Mhm.
balloons have impacted in your life?
Mm.
Because a lot of
Mhm.
people don't think about balloons. Okay, I'm popping them, but you don't know. Like your brother said, it's not my birthday yet because I don't have balloons or I don't have Brittany's touch on it.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Now, are you asking about setups that I've done or a place where I saw balloons and I was like, oh, that's interesting and like it touched
No,
me?
I'm just saying a story that really,
Mm-hmm.
if you had to tell a balloon story, what story would you tell?
If I had to tell a balloon story, I would tell the story of our church's 100th annual gala.
Mm.
So that was the first largest installation that I had ever done. And one of the ideas that came from my parents was to build the church logo out of balloons,
Mm.
which A lot of people have seen it. It's the big triangular church on Ashland and Ogden.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our church, and the logo replicates that triangle coming out of an open Bible.
Okay.
So we replicated that. Almost 1,500 balloons. In that, it was about 14 feet high. Took me at least a week to inflate and put together. And we set it up, and a lot happened that day. So I was like emotionally like on a high because someone's like, we don't really like it. Can you move it to the side? And I'm just like, I put my soul into this. Y'all want me to move it? And I had a breakdown. And then I came back because I was like, crying doesn't fit me anymore. The Lord has grown me. I can face this head on. So I went back, and my childhood best friend and her husband, they were like, Brittany, did you do that? And I said, yeah, that was me. And she said, your grandparents would be so proud.
Oh.
And my grandparents have passed away.
Oh.
And I was like, girl, don't say that. I was just, in tears because I believe they would be proud. And it's their legacy that I want to honor by not giving up too soon in this business.
Well, you didn't, because if the pastor had said to me, when I wasn't the pastor, or someone, move it, I'd have been like, okay, I'm moving it.
And I did.
But
and I did.
But
it
then
stayed in the
God
room.
moved you.
Yeah,
God moved you
he
to
did.
continue. Oh, I'm so
I'm,
grateful
I'm
for
glad you didn't say what you probably would have said. We yet praying for. We yet praying for.
And we
Sister
will bust
Tamara.
out into prayer in a minute.
that. That's right.
But you know what, Brittany? I pray that God continues to open doors that no man can shut, gives you opportunities that you've
Yes.
yet to even see.
Thank you so much.
And that He takes this business as far as it can go. Believers, if you have an event, trust me, Her Story Balloons will. She is a permanent partner of everything that we do.
Yes.
And just to point out, when she said the balloons tell a story, every balloon setup she had pictures of Santa in them. It was like Christmas. Look,
Oh,
Justice
these are
is like
personalized
it was
balloons.
personalized.
personalized.
She personalized the setup. So if you celebrating the anniversary, she could put your pictures in these balloon setups. So
Wow.
it was amazing. Make sure you reach out to her. Is there a number that they can call or just you website?
I'll know you're serious if you go to the website.
All
You'll
right.
find the number there.
But in the meantime, in between time, go follow her on at Her Story dash balloon on Instagram and
Underscore.
underscore. Okay, thank you. Her Story underscore store underscore balloon. And then herstoryballoons.com is the website. herstoryballoons.com. What a wonderful name, what a wonderful story, and what a wonderful woman that you are. Obviously, you understand your assignment.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on the Brunch Bunch, Brittany. We appreciate it. Listen, Facebook is going up. You can find pictures of her setup on the website. Do you have
Absolutely.
Breakfast with Santa on there yet?
Breakfast with Santa is up there.
Yes, you can see it on there, Letitia Strahan. Listen, we are going to keep this party rolling. It's my favorite day of the week because it is Throwback Thursday. And you know what? We're going to do like Eddie Robinson. We're going to talk about what he's done for me. It's the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390.
What a wonderful interview.
You know what I want, Jarrell? That's why I text you. I want you to add Albertina Walker, spread the word. And get my tambourine, somebody. I bet that.
I can play the stew out of the tambourine. I love that. That made my heart clap.
So I'm gonna tell you something. You actually had a role to play in the Breakfast with Santa event
Really?
as well. So when Marcel reached back out to me, he was like, "Can I call you one day?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." But his name is spelled Seil, and I was like, "Okay," and this is black. So I don't know if it's like Marcel, Marseille. I'm like, I gotta find out how you pronounce his name. So I came on YouTube to hear somebody say his name so I could get the right pronunciation. And the episode I fell on, I don't remember who you all were interviewing, but you made a statement about the Lord brings us the people to get the resources to the people.
Yes.
And I said, Lord, that just felt like confirmation to me that I was going to be bringing resources to people because he connected us.
Wow, ain't that something?
So sweet. Thank you.
Absolutely.
God makes no mistake.
He doesn't. And you know when he puts you with somebody, he puts you with them for a purpose, to learn or to leave. so you learn it.
We're going to go in the hall and get a picture with you.
Absolutely.
How long we got, Jarrell? Oh, okay.
Should I take this off?
What y'all going
Yeah,
to
Jazz,
get?
you can sit it down.
Oh, give me some. No, don't give me no. Don't give me no Indian. Give me. I can't eat India.
Okay, fur coat
What's
hat.
up? What's up, superstar?
I need your girl. I need to buy Valencia one of those. I want to buy Valencia one of those.
Hi, beautiful. How you doing?
I am well.
Yes, you are.
Hey. Come on in the middle, and we'll put you right here.
You smell good, but you can smell gooder.
No, no, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh. You
Thank
did
you.
amazing. Was this your
Yes,
first radio interview?
Are you
All
serious?
right.
Girl, you
You
can't do
were
that like you can do
natural.
it every week. Oh, that'd
Oh,
be
okay.
awesome.
Well, that makes sense. That's why she was so natural.
Oh, no wonder.
Mhm.
Because you got, even your mom speaks so well. Yeah. Thank you guys so
Eric
much for
knows.
sharing your
Nope.
beautiful gift to God,
Not
from
yet.
God
Not
with
yet.
us. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Did he?
It's our pleasure.
Wow.
Tamira.
Small world.
Yes. Of course not. I'm great at it.
Oh, I wish. Where are you? What day was it? 14th. My
Oh.
grandmother was the
Well, we
11th,
took a video.
and she passed away
There we go.
last year. My best friend, but you know, we live to live again. No, this was
You all are
great. You all
funny.
did
Thank you.
amazing. Oh,
And you look good with your shades.
He
well,
not.
I've been fasting. I just told him.
Tell
I
them to
said,
be quiet
fasting. I'm
a little
sleeping
bit.
better. I feel good. I said, I'm gonna come here with my glasses
Adam,
on
tell them
today.
to lower their voices.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen.
Hey guys, Renako, Happy New Year!
Which
Oh
one?
my God, I haven't seen you
My
in
little
so
sister. Yes,
long.
yes, yes.
Wait, what is this
Yeah.
filter, honey? Ooh,
She
I'm
was, yeah,
surprised
she
you all
was
even know who I
always,
am.
little sister. She
Hey,
making sure
celebrity
my step go
interviewer,
good. But
Gilly
no,
Hearn,
I'm glad we are all
Gil
connected,
Hermy
and I'm looking forward to.
Santos.
Well, I gotta
I
let
got
people
that
know I
part.
got some other
Thank you guys
youth
for
stuff I
joining us.
want
I
to
truly
present to you. I
appreciate you
think I'm
being
gonna
here.
do brunch with the Easter
My
Bunny.
little hat, huh?
You know what? When I grew up, my family we used to do Easter egg hunts when my great grandmother was alive. All of us would get together outside, but I don't see it no more. I'm like, I want to bring them memories.
Thank you. It was so nice
And
meeting
I
you.
said, I wish I
I'm so
could get. I
proud of
told
you.
Eric,
I
so
have
Eric
chocolate for
knows.
Georgia.
He
I'm
said, your
definitely gonna
father,
give it to you.
whose father?
You're very
Your
welcome.
father used to work.
Thank you. And
So we
event
are
spaces.
donating.
All
We're
right.
paying for
You're
the
welcome.
entire seniors of. It's a private school. Okay. I can't think, but we're
You
buying
all sparkle your
electronics.
own water?
This year, I don't know how I got roped in that. But then,
Wait a minute.
God
Who
just be
sparkles
moving
their
and I
own
just start
water?
talking and now I gotta
Oh,
figure
you
that
put it
out.
on
But
top of your.
I'm like, I wish I could fun and dress all the kids up. But nobody dress up for Easter no more. Get them to come out. So we're
Oh, your
working
hair's
on
fab.
brunch with the Easter Bunny
Yeah, you did
at
great.
Columbus Park
Oh, that's right. You don't usually
so that
have
they can
color.
do the
It's so
outdoor
pretty.
Easter egg hunt.
No, that you
Yeah,
ain't.
make it nice. So
You
we
ain't
shall see.
boring.
But I'm like, I wish I
I'm
could buy
sitting
them all
there.
suits because all the
I'm just
kids.
sitting here struggling.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and I kept on struggling. Yeah.
For
Hello.
real, wow. Eric is my main
I like the
man.
little thing
I
thing.
was supposed to
I
went
bought
out
this
with him
off
yesterday. I
Shein,
said, look,
y'all.
I'm
I
fasting.
like this
I don't
stuff.
want to
That's
go
your
nowhere where there's
sister.
food.
Oh my
And I'll
God,
be
your sister did a
tempted.
great
I'm gonna
job.
keep working.
Where do you
I'm
fall in,
Marcel
Shonda?
Bad.
One
So
out of
see
the
you
eight.
all later.
That's
Let's
it.
get it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always good to see you, man. Keep taking care of your beautiful
That's it.
wife.
Your
Oh my
skin
God, you
glowing.
had to have apparatus.
Yeah, your skin glowing. You got a girlfriend?
He been had a girlfriend.
I like you
Yeah,
been had a
yeah.
girlfriend.
She moisturizing. She moisturizing that boy.
Well, I'll be John Brown, right?
Yeah, I can tell you don't got no girlfriend. Your
That's the
skin
grease
looking.
from them braids.
Oh, that's the grease from the braid. Heavy, shady.
Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs. Y'all is going. We gotta
Entrepreneur. Yeah.
No, we love
Okay, I'm
that.
gonna get back to
Oh,
being
we
cool,
love that.
yo. Right, you better trademark it.
Oh, nice. You
The
did
trademark
awesome.
habit.
Awesome.
You heard Adam said it's going to trademark habit.
All right.
0711. That's
We got anything for India?
455.
I got things to say.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So,
right,
yeah, I
right.
mean, y'all, you can share it with them.
He don't have it.
And
That's
remember,
why he said.
call attorney India Rios to secure the brand
And the bag.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Deacon and Trainer, Action Jackson.
And it's your girl Tamara Fair on the air who's chomping on these peanuts.
You know, you're not supposed to eat in church. Your phone's supposed to be on silent. You got to treat the studio like a church.
You don't tell me what to do.
Clearly.
I'm gonna tell you who will tell you what to do though.
Who is that?
Attorney India Rios.
Hey, 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 believers. Guess who's here?
Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I know I ain't seen y'all in a
We
long
have
time.
not seen
No.
you since 2024.
But here's the good news. We've taken all the nuggets that you have given us along this year, and we've used it to keep you ever present in our lives throughout the time that we've been missing you.
Oh, okay. I feel love. I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the professional love in the room. It's in the
Absolutely,
air.
absolutely.
I
I was,
appreciate that.
over the break, I was talking about you, I should say. One of my friends out of town said they were opening up a business. And I said, well, you need to get with my attorney, India Rios, because the first thing you do after you decide you want to open it up is trademark all of your items. So hopefully they will call you. But
Not
it's
just for that, my friend. It's for anybody who over the break said, you know what, my New Year's resolution is to open up my own business, right? You can open up your business and then you'll be about the business of litigation instead of about the business that you dreamed of, right?
Let's talk about it. Or the business of rebranding, or the business of wasting thousands of dollars worth of merchandise.
That part.
You can be about any of those businesses if you don't
Or
do
out of
things the right
business.
way. Or out of business, right?
So before I want to update, because one of our believers asked about the pink with Mattel. Do you have an update on that?
No update on Amanda's barbecue situation. They just battling it out. They going back and forth. She's still a dog in the fight for sure, because it's not over. It hasn't been dismissed. She finally filed her response. They gonna file another response. You know, the thing with TTAB litigation, that's like an administrative proceeding, takes about 2 years to get through that, because you're gonna go through a lot of discovery. It's gonna be a lot of back and forth, and then they'll make it, you know, Mattel will make it overly burdensome on her and want her to produce a bunch of things she doesn't have,
So
right?
who's got the gas?
A bunch of things that most businesses, a lot of businesses, smaller businesses don't have. Like, a lot of us don't have our books together. A lot of us can't tell you how much money we done spent on advertising, or what ways we done advertised, and all the things that we done participated in. So they're going to be looking to kind of get a dollar value for how much she's invested, which is really kind of a waste of time, only so that they can show that we've invested so much more in Barbie, which we know. Barbie been out for all this time. You know what I mean? Obviously, we know you, and you're a much larger company. Of course you spent more
Barbie
money.
older than her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello, right.
So that's something that you definitely can kind of expect, is for there to be a lot of back and forth on paper. And then ultimately a decision will be made on paper. There won't be any arguments. Like, there won't be any like hearings or oral arguments or things of that nature.
Court.
For the most part, won't be any court. Yeah, it's just going to be back and forth on paper. And then the USPTO is going to have the final say.
Wow.
That decision can be appealed in court, though.
Okay.
Right? So if Barbie loses, I would anticipate them potentially taking this to court.
I think if Barbie loses, Barbie should just go back to Malibu.
I think
Malibu's gone.
Ooh. Ooh, prayers.
Too soon.
Prayers. Prayers.
Hey,
Tammy sharp with the tongue.
Everybody turned. You know what? Y'all bogus, because everybody turned the other way. You just left you right.
We all
everybody
did
in the studio did like, whoa.
Get it off me.
I mean, stop me when I'm lying.
No, she ain't lying. No, she's not lying. That's the real point.
But we won't go down that rabbit hole. But I will say this. I saw something on Instagram, and I sent it to you, I believe. There was a trademark, another trademark case. It had to be some celebrity type news, and I can't remember what it was.
I don't remember you sending me anything either.
And I'm like, Jesus, it was the other night, and I'm like, oh, here goes something.
You know he does dream stuff up.
You know what? But Marcel be sending me stuff. He do. He be keeping us every time he sees something about a trademark. He be like, look at
I thought you were talking about your
look
trademark.
at that.
No.
He be sending me
I'm
stuff
talking about
all
it was
the time.
a news story, because surprisingly, we don't pay attention to. You don't see the blue car until you buy a blue car, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Blue cards are everywhere.
I didn't pay attention to trademarks until India started. So now I'm always seeing trademark stories or incidences where it's like, oh, they should have had a trademark, and I send it to India, for discussion on the show and to help other people.
But let's talk about it. What made you say pick that one out? They didn't have a trademark, and what happened?
I don't remember. Lord,
yeah. It be a lot of situations though.
That's what it is. Okay. My mind,
There have been a lot of situations. Today though. I'm not really here to talk about any situations or any drama in the trademark world.
What we got?
I just got some news for us. Just some straight up updates, hot off the USPTO's press. Right.
Okay.
Let's start out with the fact. Now, before, there were two types of applications, right? There was the Tees Plus and the Tees Standard. The Tees Plus was priced at $350 and the Tees Standard was priced at $250 application filing fees. The USPTO has done away with that system. They are rolling out one universal application on January 18th, a couple days away, right? Sunday. New application rolling out, and it's going to just be one flat fee of $350. Now,
that's a lot of more money.
It's another $100. News to my clients that have pending applications with me that have not been submitted is that I am going to cover that $100 difference. Woo! So if you already have paid me and you've already paid me the filing fee, even if I'm still waiting on things from you, Tammy. Even if I'm still waiting on things from you, I am going to cover the additional costs, okay? So you don't have to worry about that, right? So yeah, that's one. The maintenance fees are going up. There's going to be an increase in the maintenance fees. I believe the maintenance fee used to be $100. The maintenance fee is going up to $125. So every 5 to 10 years, you have to, file a maintenance and prove that you're still using the mark in commerce. That fee used to be $100. Now that fee is $125.
I got a question about that too.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay, if someone filed the mark and they don't pay the maintenance, and I've been using the mark, can I then come in and file the mark?
That's an excellent question.
Not if their mark has not been abandoned, right? There's a process between you haven't filed the maintenance fee and you haven't done what needs to be done, and then there's the window for that. Once that window closes, because the USPTO is going to give them the time to revive their mark, to revive their application, because you got to remember that consumer confusion is what they're most concerned about, right? So they don't want you to come and pick up a mark that somebody had previously owned and then use it in a way that's going to be confusing for consumers, or use it in a way that's inconsistent with what consumers expect from that mark. A good example of that was Toys R Us. Like, another company had wanted to take over the Toys R Us mark and turn it into something else. They couldn't do it independently. They had to work out something with the original Toys R Us in order for them to be able to take ownership of the mark and work with them to make sure that consumers wouldn't be confused.
Well, good. And then Toys R Us made a comeback. So,
well, yeah, that was a part of their comeback. The experience company coming in was a part of their comeback, because they had gotten rid of the stores, and then this experience company wanted to do the Toys R Us experience, and then they were like, no, you can't do that by yourself.
Gotcha.
Because you're not the creator of the Toys R Us experience, and you haven't set the industry standard for what Toys R Us brings or does. So somebody from Toys R Us actually needs to be a part of that.
Gotcha. That's good info.
That is good info.
So that's another thing. Mandatory specimen requirement updates. So the specimen is something that you submit with a trademark application. It shows how you're using the mark in commerce, right? And there's a large list of things that can serve as a specimen, like a picture of a clothing tag showing the brand's name, or a flyer promoting an event under the brand, things of that nature. The USPTO is enhancing the requirements to make sure that there aren't any more phony specimen, right? So if you say this is a flyer that has been marketed to the community for this event, they're going to want to see the flyer, but they're also going to want to see how it's been marketed to the community. Right? So it's no more of just saying, oh, this is the flyer that we share with the general public. Show me the flyer and show me how you've shared it with the general public.
Well, that makes sense, because you can make a flyer for anything.
Yeah, you can. You can get right on Canva, make a little phony, whatever, never send it to anybody, and then all these take ownership, right? So that's just some things that you guys should know about, is that, one, we getting rid of the two types of applications. We're going to have one application style, and it's going to cost $350 to file it.
Will these new changes help it get done faster?
Nothing will help it get in faster. Nothing.
You sure Donald Trump being reelected Monday won't help?
You know, in my experience with federal agencies and the Don, he only makes things move slower. Like you see what happened with the U.S. Post Office. We really just barely recovering, right? Don't you remember when he was in office? It was taking us months to get our mail.
Yeah.
We wasn't getting mail at all because he had all but defunded them instead of the police. But got rid of the mailman. But
I forgot about that, but you know how quick we forget things, right?
well, he coming back.
That's
Guess who's
interesting.
back?
So, for the believers that are listening and are saying, you know what, just like our previous guest, you know, and I don't know her business, but you know, these type of conversations, because her name is very unique. Her story balloons, you know. You don't, after you come on the radio and announce that name, you don't want nobody else to try to use it. So what advice would you give to all entrepreneurs who have been actively using a brand?
One, you want to start using the little TM next to your brand name, your logo, your slogan, because that's going to notify people of the fact that you're claiming common law trademark rights and whatever you put it next to. And anybody could do that. You don't have to have filed an application to do that.
Does
or
it have
anything.
to be in that circle?
So the R with the circle mean that you got a registered trademark. The little TM no circle means that you claiming common law trademark rights.
Okay.
You'd be surprised. I have seen people who don't have registered marks use the R with the circle just to make people think that they do.
Yeah, me.
Which
I've
I'm
been
not
doing
mad
that.
at
No,
that.
I'm kidding.
I'm not mad at that. There's no rule saying that you can't, right? There's nothing preventing you from doing that. So if I wanted to posture myself, I would make the strongest posture possible with the R with the circle. The right way or the legal way or what we recognize legally is that the little TM means that I'm claiming common law trademark rights in this, but I haven't registered it, or I haven't attempted to register it, or maybe I'm waiting on registration. It really doesn't matter. The little TM just means that I'm claiming these rights. And then the R with the circle means that I have a registered trademark.
So if you use the R and you're not registered and you get into a battle with a company that wants to fight you for that registration or stop you, will that help you or hurt you?
It ain't gonna do nothing for you.
It don't do nothing for you for real because you don't have nothing to support it. You just using that image.
But
right?
the TM will essentially help you a little bit.
The TM is better for you in a space where nobody really has ownership and you're claiming ownership and whatever the case may be, and say nobody has registered anything, and you could just show that I've been putting this TM next to this all this time. I've been providing the world with notice that I'm claiming trademark rights.
Oh, so that counts.
Yeah. That counts as I've been claiming it. How much weight that's gonna carry with the court in light of all of the facts, you know what I mean, and all of the consideration, or if they actually went through the process, you using the little T and M against somebody who has actually registered the mark and has the power to use the R with the circle is not gonna help you at all. Yeah. Because they're gonna have more power than you.
Yeah, time's up. Unleash that TM.
Yeah,
and just get your name registered. If somebody's listening right now and say, I want to do a consultation with you or learn how I can protect my business,
they need to give me a call at 773-455-0711. Again, the number is 773-455-0711. You can also click the link in my bio on Instagram, India_Esquire_711. There's a link in my bio that will allow you to schedule a consultation, register a trademark, buy contract bundles, do your BOIR filing, which is what we're going to talk about next, because the deadline for that has come and gone.
Now, we talked about that yesterday, though.
Yes, we did.
So was it reverse or not reverse?
You know what? It's so ghetto. The drama. It's been back and forth. The Supreme Court, the lower court, everywhere. We keep getting all these different rulings. We don't know what's going on, but I know what's going on. And what's going on is that the deadline was January 13th, Monday. That was the deadline to file. That was the final extension that had been granted by the court. If you have not filed, obviously they just not rolling this out, right? I don't anticipate them enforcing all of the penalties immediately against, people who have not filed, but I wouldn't delay. It's relatively straightforward. It's a pretty straightforward process. It doesn't take a ton to get it done. I'm offering the service for $199. It also comes with your FinCEN number, so I'll register you so your future filings will be much faster. But it's something that you don't want to drag your feet on. You could go to jail for this. They got all of these civil penalties up to $591 per day for ongoing violations. So the deadline was the 13th. How much do you owe today if you haven't done that?
Yes.
Well, there was a reverse action. That what's so funny?
A reverse action.
Yeah.
That's what's so funny.
Well, that's what it said. Reverse action.
You know what? This law has been like a game of Uno.
It has been.
You know, reverse. You know, so
you think you're in the Casper slide?
Well, that too.
Well,
don't laugh at you.
It has been suspended, and we have documentation that said it had been suspended. So, as we said yesterday, don't just listen to us. Fact check it and do what you're supposed to do.
That's right. Now, India.
And if you do fact check it and you need someone's assistance, you definitely want to call India at 773-455-0711. 773-455-0711.
But beware, like Tammy said yesterday, if anybody calling you, telling you got these penalties and you've got to pay them so that they can help you, you don't pay them any penalties. Like India said, as of right now, they're not enforcing this. And we need to really research and figure out what they're doing because every day things have been changing. But, you know, just stay on top of your business. And that's why it's so important to be connected to a business attorney, right? And attorney India Rios is that business attorney. But I want to talk about that really quickly. I want to switch gears, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Because you do more than just trademark services. Because I get reached out to, do you have a business attorney that can negotiate my contracts for me? Do you have someone that can help me? I'm trying to acquire a new business. Or, you know, a lot of us don't have the right terms and conditions on our websites, and the believers are calling already. You know, give her a minute to get off the air, leave a message, shoot a text. But you do those type of services. You have bundles and paperwork that people can purchase from you. Do you help with terms and conditions for their websites, privacy policies? Because I'm asking specifically, a company that I used to use charged me $180 a year to keep my terms and conditions on my website updated. But I'm like, look, I need to call India, you know.
Absolutely, and pay me one time instead of paying them every year. So let's talk about that. I do mergers and acquisitions, right? So a good example of that is, you know, I help WDB Marketing purchase their Side and Rim franchise.
Yes.
I do contract review, negotiation, and drafting.
Mm-hmm.
I do settlement negotiations and settlement agreement drafting.
Okay.
I do all things trademark. I do a little bit of copyright work. I do business licensing work. So if you're looking to obtain a business license, a liquor license, a tobacco license, I do work in the license space. I do a little bit of cannabis licensing, but I always tell people on the front end, if you're talking to me, you probably don't have enough money. Yeah. I'm gonna just be honest, because the people that's doing it and getting the cannabis licenses, they have, you know, billions. You really got to be a multimillionaire to really operate in that space. It's a very like closed, you know,
there was
space.
A lot of smoking mirrors.
Lots of smoking, but all this social equity, etc. It's not very equitable at all.
It is for a certain social sector.
Right.
Yeah, but for certain for the 2%. You know, that's who really, you know, getting to tap into that. So I do things of that nature as well. And then I tell people all the time, if it's business related, I probably can handle it. I'm probably going to handle it. I even do some real estate transactions when you're purchasing a business and that business is coming with a property, or you're purchasing a new property to house that business in, then I do real estate transactions in that limited scope.
Now, do you help with commercial leasing?
No, I would say no. I do lease review.
Right.
I do lease negotiations. I can help you if you want to break your lease, right? On the commercial side, I can get those negotiations and things of that nature going. If you've entered into an agreement and you've decided that you don't want to pay somebody all that you had initially said that you would pay them,
like a timeshare.
I help with getting out of things like that. Right? I help with getting
They're going to market right there on its own. All of you that got that free brunch and that gift card and now you don't want it no more, call India.
Right.
I want that free brunch and gift card.
For that hour that you ate like a fat cat, and then the next month, 2 months later, they start drafting out of your account. You want it gone? Call India Rios. I'm glad you gave that whole menu of what you do, because a lot of people can typecast you and put you just in that space.
Especially the trademark bucket. which I don't mind because trademarks is my passion.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to trademark as many things as I can because I love trademark law. I genuinely enjoy trademarks. Right. But I like doing mergers and acquisitions. I'm interested. I love that space too. But there are things that I do that I wouldn't say that I necessarily love. Like, I don't necessarily love reading 70-page agreements and pointing out all of the weak spots in them, right? Or talking you through how paragraph 7 on page 40 is conflicting with paragraph 2 on page 1. Because a lot of times when people give me agreements that they've drafted themselves, I see a lot of that. Like, you got all these clauses in here that are conflicting each other out and you don't even recognize that. So I'm not necessarily in love with all the long, dry reading, but I do it and I do it well.
That's right. Because you did a very good job with the WDB acquisition. Then you helped her get a lot of
power. One of only 3 co-branded Signorama locations in the nation.
What's
out
WDB?
Of all of their stores. It's WDB Marketing,
Kiana
Barber's company, and James Wheeler. The printing, they do like printing of mugs, T-shirts, all types of business, supply, printing, things of that nature. But they were already in the print and signage business, and they wanted to purchase or acquire this franchise that's similarly situated to them. And I was able to negotiate an agreement that allows them to continue to maintain their business, that doesn't limit them or create a zone around them where they can't open up any new stores. They can open up any new stores anywhere that they want to. Then they're also allowed to do co-branding in the Signorama location. They're allowed to operate multiple POS systems in there. So like they can have the WDB POS and the Signorama POS. They're allowed to do the Signorama logo, signage, etc., side by side along with the WDB marketing. And sometimes being able to attach your brand, as large as their brand is, to me at least, being able to attach it to a national brand creates more recognition and notoriety for them.
Yes.
So being able to be a Signorama that's powered by WDB marketing is taking them to the next level in the space that they operate in.
It's amazing. And you know what? We're living in a time now where baby boomers are retiring. They don't have succession plans for their businesses, or their successors don't want the business. So there's a rise in businesses for sale. And you don't want to go in the room trying to negotiate those deals by yourself, because you need a good business attorney that can help you get the best and the most out of the deal, you know.
I agree 1,000%. And I'm also a member of the Chicago Business Exchange. That's myself, Christina Wynn from the Winners Club, and then this lady named Shonda, who does financial advisory and management, wealth management. She's like really good about, you know, bringing in investors and things of that nature when a person wants to buy a business. Christina is a business broker. Yep. So she has like a whole listing of businesses that are for sale for people that want to enter into that market. She has a whole listing of businesses that have people that are aging out of them, that are looking for somebody to take over with some type of, you know.
That's awesome. Because if your kids don't want to be bothered with your lifelong business and you can find someone who does want to continue it,
and
that's
pay you out good, and you go
pay you out good.
And it's really sad when you think about it, because a lot of Black-owned businesses close.
Yeah, they close. They die with the owner.
They die with the owner, you know. So we're trying to combat that.
Yes.
Because making sure that your business passes down to the next generation, even if it's in trust and it's being managed by a third party or something to that effect, that's another way to create generational wealth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's another way to maintain, let a business run itself, put things in place, get somebody in here if we need to that's being high level managed. Maybe as your daughter, I don't want to take over your business. That's not my passion. But I'm willing to manage this person
that's managing
managing the business and make sure that that's going the way that it's supposed to go. You know what I mean?
I don't think we had that conversation.
We've never had that conversation. Right. We've never and to have a resource to actually get it done. That's amazing. On your next show, I want you to talk about that.
Yeah, we got to talk all about that.
Okay,
because how many people who are saying, I don't know what I'm going to do because little Pookie don't want my business, but I wanted to keep going for my grandkids, because maybe by the time they're old enough, they'll want it. Put a third-party management company, get your dividend checks, and the legacy lives on.
Oh, my God.
And that's something I'm working on offering.
That's game-changing.
Trust, business trust.
Well, trust me, when you do that, when you do that, the phone lines are gonna blow up, because everybody, thank God for the internet. Listen, thank God for TikTok while it was around, just in case it's gone by Monday. But people are learning about trust and making wise decisions. I get calls all the time about trust attorneys. So we hope that you offer that soon so we can help the believers. But believers, we're going to help you right now with some good advice.
Well, can I just say one thing about trust?
Mm-hmm.
You can trust that the things in that trust are going to be enforced.
That's
if
right.
you don't have it, it's another whole complete story.
Yeah, you can't just put it on paper and think they're going to listen. But listen, trust me and listen. We're out of time, but we're never out of content. Thank you, Attorney India Rios, for joining us again with such great information. Believers, make sure you call Attorney India 773-455-0711. That's 773-455-0711. In the spirit of the late, great Reverend Clay Evans, no matter what you're going through, no matter how bad the day may seem, go home tonight, get in your bed and pull the covers over your shoulders and go to sleep because angels are watching over you. Tamara Fair, I love you.
Action Jackson, I love you too.
Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love you. And for all of you that don't have lotion, it's cold, put it on. We don't want nothing to happen to you. Up next, AC Green, we out.
Because Marcel knows.
Why would you show me your elbow?
Girl!
Give me your lotion.
I don't got none. You gotta use your. You better.
Tamara is crazy.
I just think too much of you for you to be in her ashy like that. I would have never
The
expected.
bad part about it is I didn't know it until I did this. And when I tell you I put Vaseline, I'm talking about every kind of oil you can think of.
What's going on with these elbows, girl?
Girl.
See you all tomorrow.
I expect more from you.
Who we got tomorrow?
I know, right?
Oh yeah, my phone ringing today. People want to talk to me, and
We got a great show tomorrow. Tune in. It's Fantastic Friday. We'll see you tomorrow.
Y'all gonna see them tomorrow, cause I'm gonna be gone. And I want to